Once upon a time in a world filled with superheroes, there was one hero whose power was unmatched. His name was the Flash. Did you know the Flash is the fastest man alive? But what if even his speed isn't enough to save the day? Let's race into the Flash's toughest challenge yet, the race against time. One morning, while the Flash was having breakfast with his friends, something strange happened. All the clocks in Central City stopped working. Cars froze on the roads. People turned into statues. Even the hands of time seemed to have stopped ticking. It felt like the entire city was trapped inside a giant block of ice. But it wasn't ice. It was time. Everything was frozen in time. Suddenly, a villain named Chronos appeared before the Flash. Chronos had the power to control time. He laughed and said, "Speed is nothing compared to time itself, Flash. Your city belongs to me now." With that, Chronos vanished, leaving the Flash in the middle of the silent, frozen city. The Flash knew he had to act fast. He sped through the streets, looking for clues to stop Chronos. He zoomed past people frozen in different activities, a family having a picnic, a dog taking a walk, even a cat taking a nap. The Flash felt a pang of sadness. He wanted to help them, but he couldn't waste time. He had to find Chronos and put an end to his freezing spree. As he ran, he noticed something strange. All the clocks in the city showed the same time, 10 a.m. It was as if the entire city had been paused at this exact moment. The Flash realized that this was no ordinary robbery or fight. This was a battle against time itself. And he was not just fighting for Central City, he was fighting for time itself. He raced to the library and searched for books about time and Chronos. There he found ancient writings that spoke of a powerful device called the Time Core, which could freeze everything in its path. According to the book, Chronos was hiding the Time Core somewhere in the desert outside the city. The Flash sped into the desert, racing across the sand dunes. In the distance, he saw a giant clock tower. As he got closer, he could feel the power of the Time Core. He felt his speed slowing down, as if time itself was pulling him back. The closer he got to the tower, the more he felt the effects of the Time Core. His heart started to race. His breathing became heavier, and his muscles ached as if he had run for hours, even though he had only raced a few miles. But he couldn't give up. He had to get to the top of the clock tower and destroy the Time Core. As he neared the tower, Chronos appeared in front of him. "Your speed is useless against the power of time," he said. Chronos activated the Time Core and sent waves of frozen time towards the Flash. Each wave froze a part of the desert, creating a barrier between the Flash and the clock tower. The Flash thought quickly. If he couldn't run faster, then he would need to run smarter. He closed his eyes and remembered his training. Speed wasn't only about running fast, it was also about timing. He opened his eyes and started to sprint. He dashed between the frozen blasts of time, moving so fast he became a blur. Finally, he reached the Time Core. It was pulsing with power. Chronos stood before it, his face twisted with evil. "You're too late," he shouted. "With the power of the Time Core, I can freeze all of time and become the master of the universe." But the Flash had other plans. He grabbed the Time Core and used his super speed to reverse its power. The desert unfroze. The plants and animals returned to normal, and the clocks started ticking again. Central City was saved. The Flash had beaten time itself. The people of Central City cheered. They knew they had the fastest superhero in the world, but they also knew they had a hero who was willing to use his powers for good, no matter the cost. So remember, no matter how tough the challenge or how slow you think you are, you can always find a way to win. If you believe in yourself and never give up, the Flash may be the fastest man alive. But he is also a hero who reminds us that it's not just about how fast you are. It's about how you use your abilities and your heart. The end. If you enjoyed the Flash's lightning-fast adventure, Check out more superhero stories on our channel. If you had super speed, what's the first thing you'd do? Tell us in the comments.